In this video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how I switched art styles from hyperrealism to more expressive abstract realism. Now, if you're watching this video and you're stuck in an art style that you are finding you don't enjoy anymore, then you really need to listen to this story. I had done hyperrealism for years and years, and I had found myself to a point where I was not enjoying the creation process anymore. I love the end result and I love the beginning, but the actual creation part in the middle was draining me. It was uninspiring, and I just felt, like it just wasn't my passion anymore. It had lost its fire for me. And so the creation process was more kind of like a dreadful experience that I ended up hating, and I had to really sit down and think, why am I creating these pieces still if I don't enjoy the process? And a lot of it was because everybody else loved what I was doing. The people around me were like, oh my God, this is so amazing. Like, I love what you're doing. And this is so realistic. And gosh, you're so talented. And these things make you feel good as an artist. And so you keep doing these things because you love to, make other people happy. But I wasn't happy. And I had to really get clear on that. The reason why I was creating this, it was for other people and it was for the money. After a while though, I really couldn't keep up with that. And it started to really wear me down. And so I ended up stopping painting for a while because I was almost grieving this process that I'm an artist. I felt like I was an artist and I had this creative pull to create art. But yet I was stuck in this mindset that the artwork that I was born to create was really draining, and maybe this wasn't my passion after all. I didn't even consider the fact that the style was just wrong for me. That was not even in my thought process. It was all that I'm an artist, this is what I do, and it's not working for me, so my passion must not be art. And that was horrific. I died inside. So after a little while away from the brush and just pursuing other creative avenues and outlets, I still had this pull to create art, and it was just pulling me back. And I was torn. I was so confused because I was like, why am I being pulled to create art? Why am I being pulled to paint when I really don't enjoy it? And it was awful. It was an awful tug of war internally for me. And I struggled with that for quite some time until I allowed myself to get curious. So one day I was scrolling on Instagram, being sad about my life because I wanted to be an artist and I just hated being an artist. And I was scrolling through all these beautiful artworks that these other artist creators people were producing. They were bright and they were colorful and they had movement and they had self-expression, and they lit me up just looking at them. I was so jealous. I was like, why can't I create artwork like that? I want to be that artist, but I'm not that artist, I'm a pet portrait artist. I don't have these expressive backgrounds. I have plain backgrounds. I'm into monotonous hours upon hours of detailing. That is not me. I can't be that artist. And then it dawned on me, I have a belief that is blocking me. And the belief is, this is the type of artist and that is all the art that I could possibly create. That's all I am as an artist. And that was simply not true. And it took me a little while to come to that realization that I am literally stopping myself from being able to produce artwork like that I really wanted to produce because of this belief system that I had, that I was just this hyperrealism artist. Don't get me wrong, there is absolutely nothing with hyperrealism art. It is amazing and it definitely has its place. Honestly, beautiful, but it was just not the type of artwork that I was called to create, and it just did not light me up. My journey was somewhere else, and this was me discovering that. So I understood I had this belief system. I was being blocked, and that just that awareness alone allowed me to become curious. Maybe I could create artwork like that. Maybe I could use color like that. Maybe I could be expressive. Maybe I could do expressive backgrounds. And so I decided to give myself permission to be curious. I gave myself permission to follow my excitement. I was scrolling through Pinterest and I was pinning all sorts of these amazing artworks by all these amazing artists. And I was like, I'm going to give this a go. Why not? Why can't I just give it a go? I'm just going to give it a go. And I'm going to suck at it, probably. But what did I have to lose? I was no longer loving my passion and my art that I was doing. What did I really have to lose? I had nothing to lose apart from my potential as an artist, which was everything. So I had everything to lose if I didn't try this. So I did. I went on YouTube and I watched lots of videos and I looked at and I pinned all sorts of beautiful pictures for inspiration, and I started to try, knowing that it wasn't going to be perfect. And I feel like that is really key. Knowing that trying something different, you're not going to be awesome at it straight away. But I also knew something else that I thought was very integral to me transitioning. I know from hyperrealism, I wasn't always really good at hyperrealism. That came along through hours and hours of practice, time behind the brush, showing up, perfecting my craft. I knew that I had done that and I could do it again. So I just needed to apply it to a different type of art. So I was like starting again, but I didn't care because I was excited. This lit me up. Instead of draining me, it gave me energy. I didn't care going back to the beginning. I was doing it because it lit me up. It made me feel alive. It made me feel like an artist again. It makes me a little bit emotional because it is hard. Like being an artist, being a creative, it's such a vulnerable act. It's not like from the outside, from someone who's not necessarily artistic or creative, it can look like just someone enjoying painting a pretty picture, but it is so much more than that. It is our souls. It is who we are inside. And having almost lost that, or kind of actually losing it, but then finding it again, I can't even explain to you the grief that I felt like I went through a grieving process. Of knowing in my heart that I'm an artist, but it not being shown on the outside, or it not being able to come through me in the way that I knew was inside me. And this is why I'm so proud, and I feel like this video is really important, because if anyone else is feeling this way or has felt this way and is going through this journey, it is so worth it. It is so worth pushing through, showing up, breaking the belief systems, breaking those blockages, pushing through, because there is who you are, who you truly are, is on the other side of those. And so I know that it takes lots of hard work and it takes lots of practice and showing up every day to be really good at something. And so that's what I did. I invested in an art course that was specific in this type of art that I was wanting to create, called the Milan Art Mastery Program. I put myself through that, and I have worked really, really hard. Over the last 2 years, it has taken me 2.5 years to complete the mastery program, and I worked really hard and I put everything I had into it. And here I am today, creating really beautiful, expressive, colorful pieces of art that I sit in my studio here and I look around at them all, and I'm so proud, and I can't believe I'm here and I'm creating these amazing pieces of artwork that I looked at on Pinterest and got so jealous over because I thought I couldn't do it. Here I am today creating these amazing pieces of artwork that I wished I could create, and here I am creating them. It is doable. You can do it. If you want to switch art styles, if your art style is currently not lighting you up, please follow your heart. Allow yourself to be inspired, being curious. See where your excitement lies. Because if you're a creative, you're meant to be a creative. Where is your heart leading you? Follow that.